All right. What it do, what it is. I would forget one of these lights. One moment. If you heard anything clang, I just almost dropped the whole light on myself. But anyway, happy new year. I'm gonna say this now really quick. Please do not donate any super chat. If you want to donate into the hello. That's interesting. All right, I'll switch the mic. You know what's weird? Um, let me know if anything happens again with the mic because um yeah, nothing happened on my end. And I heard that the weekly report I did, the sound was kind of off and on too. But just, you know, keep me posted. All right. I'm glad you could hear me. I was saying for those of you who are interested in Super Chat, I'm not really going to interpret any cards for this video. This video is just purely to do a ceremony, get things back in the vibe. The reason why this year is going to be amazing, let me make sure. Yeah, interference right off the bat, Miss Kiki. Interference right off the bat. You might notice a little bit more interference this go around, but I'll work on it on my end. Um, I'm going to have a transit talk about Mars and Capricorn on Thursday, and then I'm going to have a weekly astrology horoscope on Sunday. So then I'll be able to do super chat. If you guys, how about now? Just use this webcam mic. Um, how about now? Just use this webcam. So that's really ass. I'm just gonna be real. Like we already having interference right off the gate. So I'm just letting you know, like the reason, let me just tell you the reason why we're having this interference. This solstice equinox ceremony is no joke. Okay, I mean we're 0 degrees Aries right now, so this energy is still mutable and very malleable to send projections. There's nothing wrong with this blue mic, so the fact that it's going in and out is something I'll have to look into. But the reason why the weekly peace report was kind of in and out was, someone said I'm teasing with the mic and I was speaking to y'all. So, I apologize. I'm gonna try and work on that. But yeah, just like Empress said, all witches, are you ready? Okay, this go around is not like last year. Before we do the ritual or the ceremony, I'm going to really give you guys a recap of what we're headed into. I think the reason why we can really get into this as powerfully as we do is because, you guys held me down last year, yo. You guys held me all the way down back when I was in another apartment, and even this to a degree, just getting interference off the daily. You guys stuck with me. It's just not gonna happen again this time. And the difference between last year and this year is last year was all about exploring possibilities. Last year was all about, you know what I'm saying, conceptualizing and fixing your perception to really understand, okay, these spiritual and intersocial dynamics that I experience are they exist. It's possible. It's not something I can deny. Every time you try to deny, your spirit guide will just smack you upside the head with the synchronicity, like, uh-oh, what you didn't know. So now, Saturn's in Capricorn, and this Aries season is literal warfare, as I'll speak on any conflicts that come up now. They're going to climax in July, and then we're going to see resolution in July. I mean, in October, Libra season. So all I can say is fight the good fight, whatever you might be fighting for right now. And it doesn't have to be anything petty or physical of nature. This could be an ideal. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that's being fought for right now, know that even though you will face moments where you're not sure you could make it through, don't give up. Just keep moving forward. Just keep fighting a good fight. This is going to separate those who believe in something because they want results versus those who believe in something because they truly believe it. So now that Saturn's in Capricorn, we're moving in from possibility and perception to actualization. The weight and gravity of Capricorn, Saturn in the Tarot and Kabbalah is crystallization. Saturn is going to represent the manifestation of the archetypal world into this real world. So this is going to be a pivotal year, people, where you actually experience and utilize your spiritual gifts like never before. The last 2 years was all about you really thinking, oh, wow, does the perception and the mental force that comes from my energy and men really influence other people and vice versa? And now you're making decisive decisions to where you have to be careful of your karma because your thoughts are more than things. And this is very much so, like LS Cherry said, a family reunion in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I really invite you all to continue to tap into each other and connect with each other. These ceremonies, the new moon and full moon ceremonies, you're not going to pay for, okay? And the transit talks we're also going to be doing for free as well. For those of you who follow me in future life, I will have versions of those that are there too. They'll probably be more in-depth and packed with information, but this is a really good outlet to really connect live, all right? And it's definitely going to be lit. It's definitely going to be chill. As such, just like you guys held me down last year, you know what I'm saying? I want to revisit that. You guys really held me down. And it's been definitely very, very powerful because a lot of the stuff we discussed last year is going to provide foundation for us to really blast through this year. And this is all about redefining, well, not redefining, this is all about defining greatness. This is all about really taking what it is that you truly decide is great for yourself and bringing all that into your life and becoming that. How many of you want to become the greatest versions of yourself? How many of you want to actually, you know what I mean, be this person, do exploits of this person? This is the next chapter we're in. And people say no guts, no glory. well, this is going to take, a large majority of who you are. This is going to take a lot of stuff that you probably didn't know you had inside, and don't ever let anyone take that from you. Okay. Um, like I always say, when the moon is in Cancer, you get gaslighted. When the moon is in Libra, there's character assassination. And when it's in Capricorn, you have to face bullshit ultimatums. All right. Every single person, it doesn't matter who you are. And the reason why this Aries season is going to bring a bit of conflict is because the fires of spirit that represent your individuality are under attack. And every single, this isn't a conspiracy, you know what I'm saying? Every single attack on your individuality stems more than the surface of where it's coming from. And moving forward, I just want you to really see things from its source, and don't necessarily thank you, BL, and don't necessarily, you know what I'm saying, be in a position where you feel like you're too caught up on the surface. Don't take things personally at all, because with Jupiter and Scorpio, you're going to really experience at a much deeper level a wiser understanding of where these dynamics come from. I'm very glad I took Pisces season off, because as you could see, there's a lot of old vibrations that we've had to cycle through. That was representative of the old world model that we're putting behind. Okay, this whole divisive, I'm better than you, I'm better than everyone theme, I have the authority on everything. That stuff is over. You never will hear me be like, I'm the god of astrology, or I'm the best at what I do. I think it's always great to want to be the greatest. And it's always great to want to be the best. That's a vibration, and that's a consciousness that anyone can tap in. But the moment you start to really feel like you can assert your will above others, and really live this vertical hierarchy, that's when you're going to be playing yourself, because this newer age of Aquarius is kind of utilizing and bringing out all our higher selves to play and to interact and to actually connect. So the people who are winning are those who are connecting with others, are those who are establishing greater presence. And you can do that and be a loner. You can do that and be on your own. Just make sure you're not so detached that you forget that, we're connected in an energetic sense. So, really, really be prepared to bring the greatness out in you. This ceremony that we're doing is really just to bring and give thanks to the collective, and to also inadvertently prevent the harvesting of souls that will spark. The reason why equinoxes and solstices are great for harvest ceremonies from the dark forces is, just think that every beginning of the season, when the sun goes 0, 1, 2, and 3 degrees, there's a spark of energy. Okay, in Aries and Libra season, there's a spark and burst of energy. Just think of it like a stimulus package from the government, right? That will just give you $100,000 in karma points and just make it rain on you and give you the energy you need to do the season. Well, the dark force, okay, and in Cancer and Capricorn season is going to be more so, you know what I'm saying, energy that you receive in that essence too, in the sense where you're in a position to kind of, really reap positively from whatever burst of energy. So the dark forces are going to effectively come through and frustrate you these 3 days. These first 3 degrees are usually, pretty difficult, or will be at least this year in this season, because it's like the dark forces can't outright take this power from you, because you're not weak. You know what I'm saying? Nobody here is a victim. And that's the theme here for Aries season. You're not the victim. You are the victor. Okay. But what the dark forces can do is to bring you back to your old ways. What the dark forces can do is to bring up stuff to irritate you. You ever know when you just have peace and you're good, and then that's when things try and test you, things try and knock you off from that peace. There's a very pure and fiery vibration that we're going to do from this ceremony that you want to keep with you, okay? Because over the next 3 days, you're going to be met with forces that work through people. So don't take it personal. A lot of humans that you see antagonizing you, they're puppets for the dark forces. What happens when you get mad at those puppets? You fight the symptom, you don't fight the core. You know what I'm saying? You can project negative energy at someone that's hating you, but hurt people hurt other people. So don't project negative hatred at somebody that's trying to hate you. That's somebody who's being used by the dark forces, right? They're hosts. And let me tell you something. This year, we're going to have to deal with more possession than we've dealt with in a while. So to circumvent the dark forces, taking this positivity and stirring up our spirits to make us angry. Look, I'm going to just be concrete here. They're going to use anger. They're using frustration. When you're angry, when you're frustrated, when you're depressed, this opens your heart for negative forces to literally possess you. And I'm going to be real, because Saturn's in Capricorn here, and a way that, you know, people in mainstream media or people like to use social norms to gaslight and manipulate you, especially in the context of female hypergamy, which I've seen other women complain about more than men. You know what I'm saying? This has nothing to do with like women's rights. This has more to do with the system, and also men and women trying to advance on each other. You know what I'm saying? Alpha males, alpha women, you know, trying to prey and be narcissists over a lot of other men and women. The reason why we vibe so much is we've effectively pointed and exposed this. Last year was to help you point and expose this out. So this year you can make a stand, okay? When you really stand for this individualism, the Saturn energy squaring you is going to try and peer pressure you. It's going to try and get you to deviate from your personal beliefs so that you believe in the norm. Trust me, there are going to be people coming at you this year. There are going to be all sorts of people coming at you this month, and their motives are not pure. It's just to see whether they can control you, because you're going to be shining a light really bright, and that individuality is going to be something others aren't used to. And all people are going to be concerned is, can they put it in a box or not? Okay, you cannot be possessed by negative forces if you're positive, if you're grateful, and if you're happy. But at the same time, I also have to let you know that the whole notion of being psychically attacked and possessed is not something that is all in your head. So now that I'm starting this video off again, there are certain things that it's hard for people to explain, because how dark forces get away with what they do, all right, is that they hide behind the shadows. There are about 20% of the nation who can sit here, astral project their consciousness, impart a portion of their spirit. Like if you have sun on Neptune, if you have moon on Neptune, if you have sun on Uranus, this is not even something that you have to like work hard to do. Like it's easy. And people are going to shut up about this. They're not going to talk, because would you tell someone you can do this? So the whole notion of someone astral projecting their consciousness, whether sleeping or sleeping, and manipulating people or planning thoughts or going in other people's dreams and accepting, you would think is a movie, but it's real life. It's been happening since the 1600s. So it's not even like it's something that our generation is just learning how to do. There's just more people who can do this. The reason why I'm saying this is some of you after Pisces season still beat yourselves up for getting psychically attacked. Some of you still beat yourselves up for having unwarranted mental anxiety that comes out of nowhere and then you beat yourself up because you get depressed, because you're getting psychically attacked, because you know you're getting psychically attacked, but then you tell someone else and they say it's in your head and you don't believe in yourself. Don't play yourself like that. You are not a victim. You are a victor. And anything that you go through, you need to remember this is a spiritual war. This is not for you to just sit down in your corner and be like, why is this happening to me? Bring out your sword. Like, just imagine you are in a war. Let me ask you a question. How controlled is your area right now? How controlled is your environment? Not everyone is in a super gated environment. And even people in a gated environment, how controlled is that environment? All right. I'm in an apartment that has a gate, but if someone wanted to roll up here with 4 ARs and semi-automatic weapons and just really literally start blasting, it's going to take some time before the police come here and before, certain people get clapped. This is not an agenda to talk about gun control, because what I'm really talking about is your environment is not as controlled as you think. And that's because peace is an illusion. In this conglomerate and world order, we need to have the illusion of peace. That's why any such that's why so many governments are against hip hop. That's why this establishment has to, as a democracy, subversively or put propaganda against anything that's rebellious or anarchistic in nature, because they depend on the illusion of peace. Let me ask you a question. Why do you feel peaceful? Why is Neptune, all right, the piece of an illusion that Cameron said? You have to literally believe that everything's cool. We have to, as a society, pretend that we're cool because of gas planets that put rules in. Rules don't exist. Saturn creates rules. Let me tell you why rules aren't real. You can pass a red light right now, okay? Your spirit is real because you're here and you can change someone's life. Rules aren't real. I'm not saying rules aren't necessary, because if we didn't have rules, then we wouldn't, get a lot done. But I'm just saying, rules aren't necessarily as real as people limit themselves with. You can cross a red light right now and you can make it home. All right. It has to be enforced by someone with a real spirit, though. Okay. So just think about how much unreal and imaginary constructs that we place on our spirit and we place on our life, and we say that we can't do. This is that transit where we're breaking through, okay? And this is why Uranus is squaring Saturn. This is why the Sun and Mercury and Venus is squaring Pluto and Saturn and Mars. You're going to have to break some rules in an effort to do what's true to you or change them, okay? So that's really all I want to say. I don't want to make this too long a broadcast. I know you guys are used to me speaking for hours, but just to honor Saturn and Capricorn, make sure I'm a lot more, grounded. But I will be giving y'all homework. I promise. I'll make sure I keep productive with that. So if there's ever a broadcast I don't give homework, just remind me. But yeah, as we do this ceremony, I want you guys to just start breathing in and take diaphragmatic breaths. I'm going to play some meditation music in the background. I got a beat tape coming out for you all. I got some free music too. It's going to be for the season of spring. Look out for it. And really just want you to breathe in diaphragmatically. I will be putting a schedule as well on Facebook, as someone has asked. It's a great idea. And yeah, as you breathe in to your diaphragm and out, I just want you to feel all of your stress draining into the earth, okay? Some of you have gone through very, very powerful stress. Moonbay, you probably,
you probably just came in, what it is. For those of you donating super chat, I'm not going to do any super chat today. I'm just going to focus on the ceremony. However, Thursday for the transit talk, and Sunday, I feel, is it Sunday, for the live astrology horoscope, I'm going to resume the pulling of cards in super chat. But I'm still open for donations though. But I'm just gonna focus more on the ceremonies. For those of you who did donate super chat today, I will pull it on Thursday though. No worries. But yeah, I just want you guys to really drain your stress. All right. I'm not gonna sugarcoat stuff for you. If you guys thought last year was intense, this year is going to very powerfully test you. This year is going to see your breaking point. This year is going to see how much you can take. You will get tried by spirits. You will get tried by people, but this is not to make you a victim. This is to show you, wow, I was afraid of it. I was worried about this. I'm a bad. Trust me, the gift of Aries season, if you do this right, which you will, because I got you, is no one can touch you. You are super badass. All right, so just drain any stress away. This Pisces season we've gone through is really giving you time to reflect on what's to come, who you're becoming, and what you have already gone through. Gang, indeed. This is definitely a cosmic initiation. This ceremony we're doing to define greatness is you agreeing to be your own warrior. It's you agreeing to really fight on behalf of your own self, to bring greater illumination to the universe, okay? And this is going to put you in the front lines when your light shines. There will be people who see your light and are like, how dare you shine that light? Because the light you shine is going to inadvertently expose the darkness that other people hide. Not because you're shining your light in their darkness, but because that's what it does. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I'm talking to you. You're going to get attacked the most. And the reason why I'm telling you this is stop trying to act like water signs. Somewhere in Saturn and in Scorpio, y'all got suppressed. 2014 came along, 2013 came along, and you guys inadvertently dimmed your shine subconsciously because every time you burned up on somebody and like actually stood your ground, you were demonized and you got ganged up on. And you got made to feel like you were crazy because you were speaking on things you can see. Well, it's not the name of the game anymore. That kind of gang stalking and that kind of gaslighting is going to be crazier. Some of you are going to get gaslighted the crap out of. And there will be situations where you have an independent idea and an opinion that just to protect the energy of the society, you might get ostracized for believing. Are you going to change your real beliefs because everyone else pressures you to? This is going to be your true test. Okay? Really keep this in mind. I'm going to say this one more time. Fire signs. Saturn in Capricorn is not your friend. Saturn in Capricorn is merely here to sharpen you. So if you're going to get attention, but not all this attention is going to be positive, and you have to remember, don't take things personally, okay? An air sign can talk to their worst enemy, all right? An air sign, you guys call Geminis and Libras two-faced. No, an air sign can go up to their worst enemy and talk to them because we don't take shit personal. We know it's not crap. We know you have your opinion, and we already know we're coming from air. So we can be, most air signs are narcissistic naturally. We're coming from air. We don't care what you think. Fire signs, you really need to stop taking stuff personal because it's hard for you not to. You have pride, and people can use this against you to poke your buttons. Stand your ground. And like I've been saying, really drain a lot of this stress into the earth. Pachamama loves you. This earth loves you. Feel the nourishing energy of the earth coming up to your feet and raising up that intuitive inner voice that has been blessing you and slowly making itself known is going to really increase its presence. And this ceremony is going to take all of our energy and invoke righteous fire to prepare us for the battle that is to come, the battle to really spark your independence and the battle to really be yourself. Because like I said in the weekly peace report, come Capricorn season, you will peak that mountain. You will be at the first level of that peak. You will get a taste of what greatness truly is like, and you're going to do and accomplish things by, the end of the year into Capricorn season that will really take the winners and the victors who are not victims and really give you serious pride. And all of that starts now. All of that starts with how you define and identify this greatness. Who are you? And if you were following me before live, remember when we did the Aries season before, how did we define this? I drilled into you guys with us together to remember you are a badass, regardless of what other people say, because where we live in is people really think they could put you in a box. That's why if you notice people who are truly wise, I never judge people. I never judge people. Like, you could be a convicted murderer. I'm not going to put you in a box and call you a murderer. This is what you see people do on television programs and mainstream media or corporate structures where in order to effectively dim your potential, we're going to label you and put a name on you and put you in a box. And most people who don't even know you are going to do this, okay? You are not a label. You are not just someone that I can say. You are not a loser. You are not even to say you're a winner is the same thing. We can use positive words that could still limit. You are unlimited and you are an omni being. You are not someone who's placed in a box. The whole purpose of Uranus and Aries is to really evolve you out of any limiting terms and behaviors. Forget this corporate mentality. Some of you are tired of muggle jobs. For those of you who are tired of dealing with muggles, for those of you who are tired of working jobs that are not for you, I invite you to not take a risk, because it is never a risk to walk the path you're meant to walk. It's a risk to actually try and do other stuff for a false sense of security, which is why I said earlier, you know what I'm saying? This piece is an illusion. And you have a lot of people who are going to pimp your brain with confusion and make you feel that in order to have a backup plan, you have to do stuff that is not really true to you. Every single person who has made the decision to really do the work and actually live their truth, the universe has looked out for. And we have all, and to this day, I've made this my full-time job, not because I did it on my own. It's not because I said, oh my gosh, oh, Scott Barber, I'm glad you asked that question. How do you solve a severe pornography addiction? We can do that with the ceremony right now, all right? This isn't something that is a one-stop shop. It's gonna take time, but as I'm talking right now, drain all that. Drain your expectations to the ground. Let the earth take your fears and worries, all right? This is not going to instantly cure you of your addiction, but just follow me here. We have a lot of Virgos and Pisces with healing energy. So this is where miracles are made, trust me. But like I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like, you really can walk your own path. Every single person who's made that initiation had to face a time where it's like, am I gonna make it? Like, I literally have no safety net. And because you took away that, you gained something. Okay, this is totally a period to do so. Now, before I go into this, someone mentioned a porn addiction. This porn addiction is not limited to porn addiction. This is influencing every single one of you. Your addiction may not be porn, but I guarantee you, Lilith is in Capricorn. So every single one of you are feeling increased senses of horniness, sexual energy, to where it could be taking you over it a lot, especially if you have Pluto and Scorpio in your 20s and 30s. If you are expressing this out through watching large amounts of porn or having large amounts of sex or having large amounts of masturbation, if you're having sexual addictions, all right, this is a good thing. This is not bad. All right. It's because of the way that we are pre-programmed to shame. I'm not saying that you should throw away your life in an addiction. I'm saying picture that deep inside your soul, the plutonic energy is awakening, especially if you have Pluto and Scorpio. Jupiter is evolving that. So you have all this deep, suppressed sexual energy that you haven't necessarily used, and it's starting to expand and come out, and your body is getting hornier and hornier and hornier. And this is just a symptom of your supernatural evolution. The more horny some of you are getting, the sexuality is the power of your sacral chakra that you're going to learn how to use with this Saturn in Capricorn. So this is meant to be converted through self-control and emotional control. You want to be able to control your urges. However, if you can't, just understand that this sexual energy is at the tier of a goddess and your body is at the level of a human. You cannot control it. You cannot control it. All right. You can make efforts to, but if you're going to beat yourself up because you're succumbing to this sexual energy, I just have to let you know that's the dumbest thing you can do. But I'm also going to let you know there's deep programming in this too. Here are two psychological elements. While I'm talking, you still want to drain your energy and feel the energy coming up. Okay. So Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and everyone, right? But especially these three earth signs, I want you to feel the energy of the earth grounding you. Okay. Two things that you don't want to trip you up, okay? You will be subconsciously and non-verbally cued to evoke your sexuality. And then at the same time, you will be psychologically programmed with shame. Let me tell you the two do-si-do that's happening. And if you guys have experienced it, write so in the chats, okay? You're going to be tempted to express your sexuality, all right? And then remember, the devil, when he gives, it also takes. This is just an analogy. You're going to be brought out to give your true expression, and then when you do, you're going to be shamed for it. It's a seemingly lose-lose situation. This does not work for savages. So if you're a fellow savage or like a Mars and Aries, just letting you know, like keep it up. Like you're going to be conditioned. It's lose-lose. Like if you don't bring it out, it's like, oh, you're holding it in, you're blocking it. If you bring it out, oh, you're a loser, you're a creep, you're a shame. What are you doing? All right. So I'm letting you know that that's not on purpose. All right. You are going to bring out a lot of your intuition. You're going to have your intuition and your raw Neptunian understanding of events express themselves. And then you're going to be simultaneously gaslighted to be made to feel delusional for saying what you know in your heart is true, especially if you're a water sign. Okay. Now, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, you know this, but this is a little bit of a message to you, like water sign. Stop letting people gaslight you, especially this year. You're not an air sign, so you owe it to no one to make logical sense. Whenever some of you use your Neptunian powers, first of all, Neptune does not speak in logic. Neptune is not Mercury. So most of your psychic impressions are going to be analogies. Most of your psychic impressions, most of your, how do I even say it? Most of the clairvoyance that you say, you're not. And see, water signs, you know this, but you guys try and explain it to people who do. First of all, you're water. First of all, your high priestesses and high priests, we're not even supposed to get at you like that. Did you know that there's a way you're supposed to talk to Scorpio, that if you don't give Scorpio reverence, Pluto will mark you for death? Like you guys think some Scorpios are hella arrogant. Scorpio is the rulership sign. Pisces is like the goddess genie, and Cancer is the high priestess. You can't talk to them a certain type of way. If they tell you some shit, you need to listen. And if it doesn't make sense, sit with it. All right. When a Pisces tells you something, they're not going to tell you like a Virgo will. Stop trying to treat Pisces like they're Virgo. Pisces has to tell you the fish travels along the spaghetti road, okay? And if your psychic ability comes like this, don't try and literally logically break it down. You have to learn to read between the lines. We're still in an age where certain people try and, like, you know what I'm saying, intellectualize and put science to spirit. And you cannot put spirituality in an integrated system where you can have an input or an output. The whole purpose of Mercury is to trick humanity and the gods, all right? The whole purpose of Neptune is to frustrate logic. So don't get at Scorpio demanding stuff too. The Scorpio representative that, you know, might be cool with you, but Pluto is going to be like, I don't play that. Okay, so just keep that in mind, water signs. Stop explaining yourself to people. You guys are the most, like, psychic, okay? And fire signs are the most spiritual. Fire and water, you represent that archetypal and conceptual realm and the spiritual realm. Stop explaining yourself to people, okay? It took me a while to get this too. As a young Gemini, I was like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. But then I realized, you know, I have to learn my place. Like, yeah, we're air signs, but we represent, air and earth represent that real. So sometimes air and earth signs, we're going to want you to find a way to make sense of it in this real dimension, but not everything is meant to. So don't let people take that from you, okay? For real. And as we are bringing this energy up and have grounded, I want you to now feel the energy and just tap into everything that is right now and feel the super consciousness of the white light that connects and symbolizes everyone in this live chat coming from down your crown into the earth. Your decision to bring this white light down is connecting you to the mainframe matrix of everyone in this chat. Because the earth signs use their earth jutsu powers, I made that word up, to channel up the groundedness to our crowns, we're plugged in. We're plugged in, okay? So really keep that in mind. Once again, some of you may feel like you're flying solo when you're also connecting more than ever. One thing that's amazing about this year is you'll connect more with your tribe than ever before. And the cardinal energy of Capricorn is going to move stuff forward, okay? Happy early birthday, Rosemary. So yeah, be very mindful because it's going down. And all right, so I'm sorry, I'm just getting too excited. I said that we were going to do this ceremony, but it's impossible for me as a Gemini to just, like, come on here without yakking and talking. Plus, I've missed you guys too. I haven't connected in a long time. So I'm going to get some meditation music. I want to focus more on this because I can literally feel, if my Capricorn moon can feel this, that means it's a problem. So I can feel a lot of blocks and I can feel a lot of pain. So let's actually kick this into gear. Okay.
Sometimes when we're meditating and we realize the mind's wandered off, we might not.
All right, y'all. So, you sure? Yes, sir. Here you go. So yeah, y'all, like, let this music just flow through you. This is a 432 hertz healing female energy. Awaken the goddess within, Kundalini rising chakra meditation. Let me tell you how this is going to work. We're going to continue to ground our energy with the earth like we do. We're going to uplift our vibrations with air. Then the water signs. If you have water sign moon or a water sign sun, you're the most pivotal here. We need you to really do some deep healing and put your soul into it because this is going to prepare us. And then the fire signs, you're going to really evoke the will in each way, in any way that you can. And then we're just going to release this energy to the spring solstice, okay? So as we begin this, right, I would like for you all, let me know if the music is too high for my voice too, and if I need to lower it. But I would really like for you all to set this intention and in your mind's eye, what is this version of you that is truly great? What does it look like? What does it feel like? For example, my great version is sitting in a couch with hamburger grease all over his mouth, and then a glazed donut in the other hand, and I'm just rubbing my belly, just like a huge glutton, because I've eaten all this great junk food. No, I'm totally being sarcastic, but yeah, you really want to feel this and pay attention to what that feels like, because the feeling of this greatness is what you will manifest in Cancer season, and this is what you want to really like bring with you. Okay, so regardless, continue to drain your energy, drain your stress, continue to drain the stress, continue to drain any of your issues, continue to drain any of your seemingly problems. Let this Pisces season Chiron energy take this away. Let the earth drain it away. We have connected with the live chat. For those of you who are just coming in, envision the energy of the earth coming up from your legs and all the way up to your crown, grounding you. And then also connect with the live chat as white light coming from down your crown and anchoring you to the world. All right, cool. I'm gonna lower the music. All right, so before we can move forward, there's certain things that have to be released. If there's any of you who feels the major vibration that I'm feeling right now is the feeling of not feeling good enough. Some of you feel like you're really not good enough, and I just want you to release that. Some of you feel like you have to overcompensate with being more social than you are, with giving more of yourself than you are. Some of you have been lied to and have been made to feel that you've missed the boat. Okay, please release that. In order for us to go forward, let's just take some time. Any part of you that feels you're not good enough for what you want or for anyone is a lie. Someone's inability to see your worth. The music is always just going to raise when you say something. Someone's inability to see your worth is not your fault. It is not your problem. So release that right now. All right. I'm going to say this again. If some of you really feel like you're not worth it, all right. Some of you have been rejected. Some of you have given your heart to certain people, and it has not been received in the way you've wanted. But you have to remember, you're rare. Someone like you is not common. Do you want to be basic? You're not basic. Some of you secretly wish you're basic, and you're beating yourself up because you're rare and you're legendary. And you know what? It's going to take someone super rare to really appreciate you, and that's okay. If you are a super rare Lucario, I can't believe I'm using Pokemon right now. If you're a Mew, do you know there's only one Mew in the game? You can't even catch Mew. If you're like a Mewtwo, you have to wait until the end of the game for some person to try and capture you in their ball, and you still ain't with that. You're not gonna find anyone else like you, and that's a good thing. Okay, yeah, you might not be widely accepted by everyone, but if you feel unwanted, that is okay. Just let that go, because that's not true. You are not unwanted, all right, and you are more than good enough. Okay, so for those of you who are feeling like you're not going to find love, for those of you who are feeling like you're not going to be in the path you want, we went through a Pisces season that disassociated our will. We went through a Pisces season that really allowed for us to go straight into with Chiron. All right, I have Pluto like 2 degrees away from my moon. My moon is 23, is 21. So I've been feeling that intensity. I've been feeling the weight of people, especially if you have a Capricorn moon yourself. You've been feeling psychic attack. You've been feeling the weight of people where Pluto will make it so intense, you can feel the negativity of the world. You can feel how people feel. Not every single person, but the general gist. And this is making you stronger than you could have ever realized. You know what I mean? If you have a Cancer moon or Aries or Libra moon too, you're getting hit by this as well. So regardless of your moon sign, I need you to just, as you breathe down to your diaphragm, drain the feeling of unwantedness. It's a feeling. It's a feeling that's in your gut. It's a feeling that will hurt your heart, that you'll feel. All right, feel that sadness and let it drain. All right, this isn't about there being someone that wants you. You represent divinity and you represent light. And until you see it for as it is, a lie, it's going to be a block. Okay, some of you feel very lonely because you've been focusing your efforts on people who are not able to see your greatness. Some of you are going to people who they can only see what's in front of them. And the ideas you speak of and the very way that you are shows people a very beautiful world and a land that exists. But you're focusing on people who only see their struggle, who only see so far ahead. And that's not their fault. That's your doing. You're doing it to yourself because you're allowing yourself to go to people who have already decided not to acknowledge you. Don't feel bad because they don't, and it's okay to stand firm in your own. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I'm saying you shouldn't feel like it's bad is because this is a social stigma. A lot of you are pre-programmed to feel like if you're single past a certain age, that there's something wrong with you, that you're not loved, when in real life, that's probably the best thing that you could have ever done to yourself because you preserved your integrity. I'm letting you know that we need to flip around a lot of these paradigms because it's really psychological warfare and spiritual attack in a glorified form, and nothing that you need to beat yourself over. We're stepping into our greatness. Repeat after me. I am not a victim. I am a victor. The next thing that I ask some of you to release is fear. Some of you are fighting the battle more real than others. Some of you get visitations every night and you can't go to sleep because you'll get visited with nightmares in your dreams. Some of you see apparitions. Some of you deal with the darkness of people's hearts, and you're dealing with powerful people in this world who have sworn to use their position of power against you, and it has stricken you with fear. But let me remind you something. Though you may walk through the valley of the shadow of death, the Lord is still with you. That's not just some positive Bible verse. That is facts. I myself personally have walked through some dark chapters where it was just me, and I had nothing but my belief in my own power and the universe having my back to get out of situations that most people probably wouldn't have. All right, it's not just belief. Never fear moving forward. The most disrespectful thing you can do in an airy season of the warrior is to fear. Fear is a vibration that you feed dark forces. When you can feed them fearlessness and the love of your heart, because that fire will dispel that darkness, the darkness of negative beliefs and thoughts that lie to you to make you feel that you have to be stricken with fear. If you don't believe this, you are a badass, and people can mess with your body, but they cannot touch the indomitable spirit that you have inside. I'm proud of myself because there's some kings and queens watching this right now. I have some gods and goddesses watching this right now. Like, I talk shit in the spiritual realm. When I go back to the dream world, I go back to the other messengers and I'll be like, man, do you know who I get to tell these messages to? Like, I got some of the coolest people ever that tune in and support the message from the light that I spread. All right. So I know there's no punk that tunes into this. And as such, none of you have any right to fear anything. And if it comes up, that's because it's being projected at you. Moving forward, when you feel negative energy, know that that's being projected at you. I want you to drain this fear. Okay, some of you literally are emperors and empresses fearing stuff that mere mortals throw threats at you. When there's a starving orphan and there's a homeless person that could use your help right now, you know what I mean? Like, do the good work. Don't focus on the petty stuff. Don't focus on this petty societal paradigm. And society is not petty. All right, there are beautiful parts of society. Don't focus on the petty parts of societal paradigms that get you stuck up in petty gossip and get you stuck up in negative energy. So once again, just drain this, release this, release any fear. Okay, we're releasing shame for being yourself, we're releasing sadness from feeling unwanted, and we're releasing fear, all illusions. It came up in Pisces season, but we're putting that in the garbage. Okay, as a sovereign being, what this Saturn in Capricorn is going to bless you with is independence and an initial sense of sovereignty. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you can write in the group chat, think in your head. If you have your moon sign, you could do this too. Start saying declarative statements. On rising signs, you're welcome to as well, that uplift everyone. For those of you who've connected the live chat to your energy, and now you're connected from Earth and the sky, start saying, we are successful, we are amazing. This is going to lift our vibration. As our vibration is lifting, as we are already anchored, I want you to continue to envision in your mind's eye this life of greatness, this lifestyle, and this identity of greatness that you are breathing in with each breath. All right, with the diaphragmatic breath, as you breathe in that greatness. Breathe in the manifestation of your wishes and the plans, and then breathe out gratitude. So you activate this breath of life while you release any negativity and release any worry. By the way, this isn't a one-stop shop, so you're welcome to take this ceremony and do it as much as you want. This is a perfect day to start the 33-day ritual. I'm personally going to restart the 33-day ritual myself now that it's 0 degrees. I like to do this. You know, you don't have to do it 33 days, but this is a perfect day. So for those who want to start, you totally can. I'm going to put my hands on my heart and heal myself for 5 minutes. But for those of you who are unfamiliar with the 33-day ritual, if you type into my YouTube channel, 33-day ritual Q&A live vid, check it out. For those of you who are familiar, awesome. And you don't have to do this by any means too, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, this is the most special part. I want you to take your soul essence, and now that we're all connected, heal yourselves with your energy and heal everyone, all right, involved. Now, for those of you who are sensitive, while the water signs are giving their healing energy, let me tell you something. Jupiter's in Scorpio and Neptune's in Pisces. So you're going to feel this a lot deeper. These Scorpios that are going to share their healing energy, they're going to take their depth and they're going to attack stuff that needs to be triggered. So if you feel any triggers, if you feel any tears coming down, just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go. Okay? And I'm just going to give you some time to breathe while the water is doing its cleansing, right? Water, if you're open for this healing, just open up for water to do this and just feel yourself getting rejuvenated. Water signs, I know you believe in yourselves. This is potent, all right? So you know. And let me just give you some time to breathe in, all right? And once again, breathe in your vision of your greatness and breathe out gratitude. All right, really, really shift this. We have over 400 people watching. So what this is doing is it's taking this cumulative dynamic and it's exponentially manifesting a lot of our intent, taking something that would take 6 months and manifesting a matter of weeks moving forward. So this is really amazing. All right. Thank you, Cancer. Thank you, Pisces. Thank you, Scorpio. All right, yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta keep doing this. For the person watching this right now who feels that you cannot break through from this antagonistic force, there's some of you, if I don't even want to sing this to one. There's certain people watching this right now who are dealing with the devil themselves or a devil-like influence. There's certain people watching this right now who are dealing with people who have strong power and they're looking you in the eye and they're like, there's nothing you can do. I'm going to keep on abusing your boundaries and you're not going to do anything. You want to keep this job? You're not going to say anything about what happened. You want me to ruin your reputation? Then you're going to let me keep walking over you. Look them in the eye and say, do your worst, bitch. Call them a bitch too. And I apologize for my language. Mercury and Venus is in Aries, so I'm carrying this rawness. But if there are any children watching this, say it too. No, I'm just joking. Don't tell your teacher that word, you'll get in trouble. But bring that attitude, all right? For those of you watching this, I'm letting you know right now, they are powerless. Their power only comes in on using illusions, all right? No matter what they think you can do, you have been tricked to believe that you have to keep your mouth shut about being abused. Some of you have been molested. Some of you have been outright taken advantage of, and you have been made to believe that you can't say anything about it because it's going to ruin the livelihood of people you care about. That is a lie, and prepare to expose this person. And if you need a support group, we all got you. And if you need to come out privately, let us know. We're prayer warriors here too. All right. Some people, there's a mass manifestation we're doing. Any concerns that you have, start releasing right now. Anything that you want to pray for, anything that you're worried about, release. Let me tell you something. There's no fear allowed here. There's no fear. So release that fear. Any single one of you who have been made and don't think you're weak. Don't think you're weak because you've been made to feel that. Some of you have been psychologically mind effed hard, and even the strongest of minds, when ganged up by other minds, can feel that way. So if you have, it's okay. Some of you, this is your family doing this, and they're not raping you. They're not doing anything violent, but they're using your own guilt and they're using your own shame to manipulate and control you. And some of you have to tell your own parents, some of you have to tell your own family, hey, I love you, but this is it. All right? You cannot try and manipulate me with a living home to control my actions. You cannot try and manipulate me with necessities to manipulate my actions. Some of you might actually have to walk your own journey and make a living for yourself. And the only thing stopping you is you feeling like you still need to depend on someone else. That is fear. You don't need fear to rule you. Just letting you know that right now. Release it, release it, release it. Okay. One more time. Let us all give love and honor to the water signs. Is anyone feeling their healing? If you don't, that's okay. Some of you have water energy and you're going to feel it. Some of you don't and you won't, okay? Someone said something very important. What if you're going through addiction? Addiction are binds and chains that do not rule over you. Let that go. Release the feeling of addiction. After you release the feeling of addiction, it's not like you're going to magically be unaddicted, but release that. Release that fear that you'll never. go for the bondages. When I'm saying to breathe in that greatness, I want you to see that version of yourself that's not addicted, that has broken free of the chains. You have to see that in your mind's eye. You have to make that a reality. Once again, this is not a magical one-stop shop. It's not that just breathing is going to let it go. You want to supplement this with action. But the first step right now is to truly release any fear beyond letting yourself feel that it holds you, and accept this healing. Okay, this is definitely the first step. You are free. Breathe in your greatness, breathe out gratitude. When you're in the thicks of this suppression, it's your own doubt and disbelief that'll make you believe that you can't. Okay, ask for the willingness to let go of the addiction, but I'm just letting you know, by you simply asking, by you simply willing it away, this is not going to make you Superman, and this is not going to make you automatically get rid of your addictions, but it's the first step. It's the first intent, and it's the first step of your journey. Releasing addictions is a journey. It's a path. It's not a one-stop shop. So the best thing I can say is don't beat yourself up for this process, and continue to take it day by day. We are here with you, okay? We're a community you can talk to and really talk to about this stuff, because a lot of people who suffer through addiction don't want to be made to feel weird. They're already ostracized everywhere they go. They're segmented and called losers. We really don't do the best job of helping each other. This is a no judgment zone. You're not going to get that from us here. So trust me when I say you can drain this, and it's going to really work. Okay. So for those of you who are feeling this, you know what I'm saying? If you're an Aries, if you're a Leo, and if you are a Sagittarius, I want you to do anything individual and unique to you that symbolizes the sparking of our energy. For those of you who have fire energy, you can spin around, you can dance. We want to evoke this. This is going to raise the fire and the ember, okay? And everyone else just continue to breathe through your diaphragm. For some of you who want an idea of the fire, you can just picture yourself being covered in a bright sunlight that raises your energy. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So we're now all connected. We've now combined all the elements. Using blue light is also very beautiful too. Great idea. All right. So now that we've all connected our energy, I want you to see this as a galactic spirit ball. I'm telling you, we don't have thousands of people, but the power of 400 is a lot. Think about it. Just one person with their intent, and we're combining you with 400. Right now, I want you to envision your spring. This is a spring equinox ceremony. What is your greatness? Okay. As you're thinking about your greatness and you're breathing out, picture you breathing out your intent into this combined energy that we're going to release soon. Okay. So shout out to Sierra Lewis, whose entire body is vibrating. Some of you have sensitive energy, so you could have a great idea of feeling. I have earth, I feel chills. That's about the most I could feel, but we still have this. So I want you to spend the next 2-3 minutes envisioning what this life of greatness is. And as you breathe out, you're adding to the spirit ball. And we're all exponentially putting our intent together. I also want you to keep in mind everyone else's intent and set the intention for everyone else involved right now to have their intentions come true as well, okay? So definitely continue to do so. Breathe in the greatness, breathe out the gratitude. This is a great time to forgive people in your life who you felt have done you wrong. Release any anger and be willing to forgive. For example, Dominic Buckner, who you might be watching, you're my dude, you're my guy. I forgive you that you think Naruto is a trash ass show. All right, even though you know how they depict black people as the cloud ninjas, I forgive you that you feel it's a trash ass show. I forgive you, bro. You still my dude. I forgive any of you who believe Pokemon is better than Digimon. It's all good. All right. You just wanna release forgiveness. All right. Don't be mad. We're moving forward. We we can totally, you know what I'm saying? Move forward. Toriyama, I forgive you for ending Dragon Ball Super at episode 131, when you know damn well you should make that a whole more 50 more episodes. It's all good, Toriyama. You gave us Dragon Ball. We forgive you. So just breathe in this greatness. Remember, a lot of these intentions and a lot of these vibrations take place at a subatomic level. So unless you have Pluto on your sun or you have Neptune on your sun and moon, you're not going to see this with the visible eye. These subatomic particles that get affected through quantum physics will take your mind and awareness and deal with these vibrations of energies. You don't see frequencies. You don't see particles. All right. God damn it. Oh shit. Okie dokie. All right. So, some of you can continue this. I want you to now envision collectively us raising this energy and feel it projecting to the sun. We're going to release this to the sun because this is a fire sign season, and the energy of the sun will charge this. All right. So we're going to anchor this with the fixedness of the sun, especially with the Leo North Node. And whenever you need inspiration, all right, let's release this to the sun right now. The last thing I have to say before I release to the sun, and we're not going to release to the sun. Every single one of you release your energy to the ball. If you're a Leo, if you're an Aries, if you're a Sagittarius, you as the fire signs, you are going to release this to the sun. So while we're giving the energy to the ball, just imagine you're Goku and we're giving you the energy ball. And if you're a Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, throw the ball to the sun. Okay. So the last thing that I'm going to say is this is the most important part here. that you really want to embrace. I'm gonna turn this music off. This is not your average everyday evolution. This is going to be one of the most crazy and amazing collective shifts we've ever gone through. And if you're a Scorpio, if you're a Virgo, if you're a Pisces, and if you're an Aquarius, these 4 signs are already seeing it. These 4 signs are already experiencing supernatural ability. Scorpio is experiencing it, and they're having to shut their mouths because it's like, oh my gosh, these cosmic agents are real. Aquarius has been known, all right? Pisces has always known. Virgo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, you guys are starting to see it at a crazier level. The rest of us are still having to catch up, all right? So I'm just letting you know, this is the last message I have to say. This is going to be one of the craziest collective evolutions ever. And you are going to accomplish stuff people will not believe, okay? So they're going to say you can't do it. They're going to say you shouldn't do it. They're going to say you won't do it anyway. They are going to say you cannot do it. They're going to look you in the eyes and tell you that they care about you or whatever, or they don't care, but that you can't do what you set out to do. And you are going to do it. You are going to be in October looking back like, can you believe they said I couldn't do this? And I did that and more. So it doesn't matter. Even if you're the only one who feel you can, I'm letting you know right now, you can do it. You will do it. Now that I see, okay, I just felt here my solar plexus, all right, who's the Leo who did this? One of you Leos just like see, you can't ask fire signs to do anything. Some of you Leos, and maybe Sagittariuses, took the fireball and you amplified the fireball like 10 times over. And now it's just like so much stronger. So you guys are going to experience these manifestations super strong. And you can thank a Leo for that. I don't know which one of you Leos did. It's like one of you guys put it in the fire and you're like, let me just multiply it times 10. And it's like, damn. So now that it's anchored in the sun, whenever you breathe that light. We just created that cumulative energy. And I'm not going to lie, some of you it's going to be hard to believe. Some of you, it's going to be hard to believe. We just did a breathing meditation. You really want me to take this seriously? It's okay. You might not be there on this journey yet. Some of you are advanced meditators. So this, to you, this is a pretty basic ritual and ceremony. We could have done something more advanced. Yes, we could have. Some of you, you're on the opposite. You don't even believe that this works. And that's totally fine. You don't have to. If you at least gained relaxation from it, I hope you did. But there is an energy ball that is in the sun. We have anchored this. This energy ball is going to last from now. And then Cancer season, it's not going to run out, but it's going to climax. And then Libra season at its completion, we can release this. All right. This is going to be here for a while. So we have created this. Whenever any of y'all want to add energy to it, just throw it to the sun. Whenever you want to connect with it, when you breathe down that light and breathe out. We just created a hub, an orb, all right, that we can build and add on. And hopefully some of you realize how amazing that is and how crucial that is. So other than that, I'm going to leave you guys off here. Join me on Thursday when we're going to do the transit talk. But you know what? Yeah. I'm going to feature Candace back too. And we might have a weekly talk show that's coming up this Saturday. Might or might not. We'll let you know. And yeah, other than that, I just want to express gratitude. If any of you want to just say what you're grateful for in the live chat, all you need to do for the rest of today is just maintain gratitude. This is the attitude that we'll receive. So now that it's in the sun, the light that's coming down is going to shine because we've connected. And all you have to do is take this light and share with others. As you share your light with others, there are going to be people suppressing your light. There are going to be some people who are so grateful for your light because they've been wanting to shine their light, but they needed someone like you to show them the way. There are going to be people who are saying you can't do certain things with their life. Do it in front of them and just see what they do, because they're not going to do anything in this topic, okay? So just really keep this in mind. And once again, you can breathe in this light. If you're a fire sign, you're going to have a lot more leeway with the light, and water signs as well. And before we leave, I just kind of want the earth and the air signs to send some healing energy to the water and the fire signs real quick, because the water signs put themselves vulnerably when they give their energy. So let's just kind of like intend for peace and positivity and positive intent and vibrations for the water signs. Okay. You can just imagine blue light going over a symbolic representation of them, or just picture it healing them. Okay. So, yep, here's the mutual cooperation. I like Barbara Donica that said, we are a mandala of spirit. Once again, we're going to have the transit talks scheduled like I did, and we're going to have ceremonies for the new and the full moon. So stay tuned. We are back. I'm definitely going to work my ass off this year. All right. I'm going to put in a lot of work and content for y'all. So I'm really grateful to be back and connecting with y'all, and we can show ourselves in the world what we can do when we link positively and we bring this out to the world. And yeah, y'all, until next time, peace.